morning, everyone. This is Rachel. Thanks for clicking on my video. And I came in today to talk about something that I saw at Walmart a couple days ago. And just tell you how I feel about it. And it has something to do with all of this racial tension that has been stirred up by Donald Trump. So I had gone to Walmart a couple days ago just to pick up a few things. And I had bought a television. It was an after Christmas Day sale, so I went out there and grabbed a television because, as you guys all know, I had a fire in my home, and I am in the process right now of replacing some of the things I lost in my home. And because there's so much stuff that I need to replace, I'm catching a sale wherever I can. So again, I went to get this television, and I was on my way out the door of Walmart, had completed my shopping and everything. And you know how when you're leaving Walmart and you have an item that cannot be put in a bag, you have to show your receipt to that person at the door so they can check to make sure that you actually purchased it. So I'm standing there waiting for the guy to find that item on my receipt. And then all of a sudden, I see this white couple burst into the Walmart door, and they're being followed by this young black man that looks like he's about 25, 26, like mid-20s, and what looked like a woman who was that young black guy's mother. And then they're yelling and screaming, and the young black guy is trying to get at the black man. A couple of times he was able to make contact and grab him and hit him. So it was just all of this confusion right there at the door. So the young white couple makes it, out of the entryway of Walmart into the actual store. And at that point, they're right where I am, where the person is checking my bag. So, those greeters are, sometimes elderly. So it was an elderly black woman standing there. She was one of the people that checks your bags. And then there was this elderly white man. So, all of us who had gotten stopped at that point, we were standing there like, what the hell is going on? So I told the woman that was checking my bag, I said, can you hurry up, because I don't want to be in the middle of any confusion, because I didn't know what was going on. So at this point, the white couple is talking to the white elderly guy there, the greeter, and he's asking him what happened. And he tells the black woman to go get the manager. So while I'm standing there, I just felt funny about it, because they were getting the white couple's version of what happened, but they never thought to ask the black couple, because there are two sides to every story. So about this time, I make my way out of the store, and I'm looking for my car because it is now dark. It's about 5:30, maybe 6 o'clock. So it's dark outside. So I see a car that there are two people in it, and it looks like it's the black guy and his mom. And the reason why I think it was his mom is because when he was trying to get at the white guy, she looked elderly and she was trying to stop him. She was telling him to come on, please just come on. And when he was trying to get at that white guy, he was furious. Whatever had happened, the black guy was furious. Now, again, let me just set the stage for you. It is dark outside. I do not think that young black guy would have just, followed this young white couple in for no reason. Something had to have happened in that parking lot that upset this young black guy to the point where he followed this couple in. So I'm making it to my car. Again, I see what I think is the mother and the son, and they are just sitting in the car. And I think what they were probably doing is talking about what had just happened. So I'm sitting. I put my stuff in my car, all the stuff in my trunk, and by this time they pull off. So I get in my car, I'm making sure my receipt and all of that stuff is where I can find it. I didn't lose it or anything in case I had to bring something back. So along this time, the white couple comes out into the parking lot, and they're standing there with what I guess was the manager. And, they're pointing at something. I don't know if they thought they had spied the car that the young black guy was in. I don't know what it was, but I just felt some kind of way because, like I said, that young black guy did not just walk through the parking lot and say, oh, I think I'm going to attack this young white boy. I don't think that's what it was, because when I looked at the young black guy, he looked, like a decent young man. You know how you could just tell that they come from good stock, because when his mother was trying to get him to come along, he eventually calmed down. She got him to calm down, and he went with her. And it was just something about the way that he looked. I could just tell he wasn't a thug or anything like that, which isn't the point. Now, the reason why I'm telling you guys about this story is because there is a lot of stuff going on in the country right about now. There are people, white people, that are being emboldened by all this stuff that Donald Trump stirred up when he was running. And now all of this stuff is coming out. These white people are feeling more comfortable saying and doing things to different minority groups. Now, what I'm saying is they better not let Donald Trump put a check out there that their asses can't cover, because they're gonna keep fucking with these minority groups, Mexicans, black people, Muslims, and they're gonna get fucked up, because we are not about to take them talking to us any type of way. We're not going to take them doing things to us. No one is going to stand still and let them call them the N-word, let them call them, or do things to them. We are not our parents' generation. I'm going to tell you guys another instance. My daughter works at a rehabilitation center. And the type of work that my daughter does is she's there, she's helping them, she works overnight with these folks, and just giving them their meds, all the stuff. She's not an STNA or anything. She's a college student that's in her senior year of college, and she happened to find this job where she works with people that have some type of physical disability. Well, about a week ago, she calls me crying hysterically. It is about 10 o'clock at night. She is working an overnight shift. And what has happened is there is a young white male there that is there that night she worked. Now, what my daughter told me is she had given him his medicine, and for some reason, he didn't remember her giving him the medicine and he wanted more. So my daughter says she was trying to explain to him, I've given you your medicine already. If I give you some more, you're going to be sick. So eventually, I guess he became enraged, lunged at my daughter, calling her the N-word and all kind of bitches, proceeds to chase my baby through the house. Now, let me back up a second when I tell you this. My daughter is there alone. She just turned 22 years old. She's only about 5'1" or 2". This guy is almost 6 feet tall. My daughter says he weighs about 270 pounds. So picture this. She's being chased through the house by this big old half crazed a motherfucker, calling her all kinds of names, mainly the N word, and telling her what all he's going to do to her when he catches her. Eventually, my daughter runs into an office and locks herself in. Now, in the meantime, this psycho has called the police and told them that she tried to kill him. So the police come out eventually. He called the police a couple times. They come out eventually. He calls his family a couple times and tells them the same thing. So when the police get there, they can clearly see that, you know, he's agitated. He has some issues. They, I guess, stay with my daughter until upper management comes and tries to get the situation under control. So about the time my daughter called me is right after the police have left, and her direct supervisor has come to this facility, and you know, to try to see if she can bring some calm to this fool that's fucking with my child. And when I'm talking to my daughter, she's crying, and she steps outside the house to pace a little bit to calm herself down. And so I ask her, you know, what is going on, you know, with the guy, and she tells me that the supervisor is talking to him. So I'm trying to convince her not to stay there, you know, that night. Go home. You've just been through a traumatic situation, you know, and you don't know what would happen if she leaves, especially now that he thinks that you've done something to him. Now, she tells me that these people don't have mental issues, they have physical issues. And this guy that had attacked her this isn't his first time attacking her. The last time he did it, he threw a chair at her, and it hit my daughter on the side of her body. Now, my daughter had mentioned this to me, but I had gone down there one time to visit her, and she was getting dressed, and I saw these bruises on the side of her body. And I asked her what happened, and she said, "Mom, don't you remember when I told you that one of my patients threw a chair at me?" You know, I had remembered it in passing, but I don't remember her saying that the chair had actually hit her. So the reason why I bring this up is because now that's 2 strikes. He threw a chair at her and hit her, and then he chased her through the house, had her so terrified, you know, that she had to lock herself in the office, calling her the N-word, telling her that he voted for Donald Trump, and all of this. And that brings this story around to all of this stuff that Donald Trump has stirred up. Now, like I said, these people don't need to think, you know, Donald Trump basically wrote a check that they're going to fuck around and get their asses whooped. They're not going to be able to cash it, because I'm telling y'all, and I've told y'all before, I am not going to be somewhere with somebody calling me the N-word or trying to hurt me. I am going to fight back. Now, I'm a little bitty old thing. Like, you know, any one of you who's been watching my videos, I'll tell y'all over and over again, I'm not even 5 feet tall. But I'll be damned if someone is going to do something to me or attempt to do something to me and I don't fight back. I'll figure it all out when the police get there. Now, in our case, normally, if it's a situation with black and white, when the police get there, they automatically go to the white person, thinking we've done something to them. You know, that's cool. But I'm not. If you fucking put your hands on me, it's going to be a problem. You know, it's going to be a problem. I'm starting to see all this stuff on television where these white people are saying shit, doing shit, and this shit is getting out of hand. You know, they started with the Mexicans, and eventually, you know, they go through every minority group, you know, just slinging arrows and talking shit. These next 4 years with Donald Trump as president, I'm telling y'all, they're going to be the worst 4 years of a presidential administration in a very, very long time. We, I believe, as minorities, are going to kind of get to see some of what our parents went through, being discriminated against, or maybe being, unfairly targeted. This has stirred up the KKK and all kind of neo-Nazi groups. They even said that at the inauguration, some neo-Nazi group wants to salute Trump, like using the Heil Hitler, salute. This shit is ridiculous, y'all. It is ridiculous. And, I'm only happy that that guy wasn't able to catch my daughter, because God only knows what he would have done to her. And do y'all know that my daughter had to convince management, to take her off any shifts where she works alone after this this second incident with this son of a bitch. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all something about my daughter. She is one of those type of people that her job, her commitment to being on time, never missing a day, and working hard when she's there, it is so entrenched in her that, do you know that after the incident that night, she didn't go home? She worked the rest of the night. The lady eventually left, the supervisor, and what my daughter did is locked herself in the office for the rest of the night. And to show you that her job didn't care much about her safety, had I been her supervisor, and after what that young lady had gone through, I would have told her to go home for the rest of the night. Said something like, you've been through a traumatic experience, take the rest of the night off. I'll see you on your next, scheduled day that you're to work. I would not have left that young lady in the house with a young man that had practically, attacked her. And my daughter is at the age where I cannot make her do something, because I begged her not to stay there that night because I was afraid for her. Now that this guy has raged on her twice, I was picturing him waiting for the supervisor to leave, and then him going back up to my daughter, now that he's upset, thinking he's been wronged in some kind of way, and then completing what he was trying to do to her. This is what I'm saying about these Trump loving racists. I'm not saying that all Trump supporters are racist. I'm talking about the ones that are. They get something in their head and they believe that it is their right to attack, verbally or physically, someone of another race, some minority. But like I said, they're going to fuck around and stumble upon the wrong person. Because, see, I'm not my daughter. My daughter even said that when he lunged at her, she had to push him and then take off running. See, had it been me, I would have picked up something and cold cocked his ass. He is physically disabled, but he wasn't too disabled where he couldn't chase her through the house. But I would have tried to floor his ass with something, especially after he had hit me with a chair previously. This second time, I would have fucked his ass up. But my daughter, being the good person that she is, she was like, Mom, I didn't want to hit him. I didn't want to hurt him. I figured run away. I was thinking to myself, but he had no problem throwing a fucking chair and trying to break your body down. Y'all, I just... after these two incidences in the last 2 weeks, it has upset me. The one with the young black guy in Walmart, he was so angry. And I'm wondering what happened out in that parking lot that made him chase that white guy in the store. Because whatever it was, I think either the white guy said something to him or did something to him. Because it was cold that night. It was really cold and windy here in the city that I live in. People are not out, just hanging out in the parking lot when it's 10 and 15 degrees outside. They're not doing that. That white boy had to say something or do something to that black guy. And with that, y'all, I better get out of here because y'all know what? I'm done upset myself first thing in the damn morning thinking about these two incidences. So what I tell y'all, my sisters and brothers out there, y'all stay safe. And if you get in a situation like that, don't let anybody fuck over you. That's all I have to say. Don't let anybody fuck over you. I don't care who they are. And you know what? Watch out. Watch out. And if you can avoid a situation, in any way, I was going to say call the police, but, they'll show up and then they'll fuck you up. So I don't know what we're supposed to do, y'all. We just got to stick together and we got to be vigilant because these white people have lost their fucking minds. Whoo, child. I got to calm my ass down. With that, y'all, thank you for watching my video. Y'all see I'm upset. When they fucking with my baby, I'm upset. But y'all, thanks for watching my video. And I will see you in the next one. Take care now. Bye-bye.